Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling. Imagine trusting someone with your life, only to discover they are the very person inflicting your pain. Today, the shocking leaked video of Menglong has sent shockwaves across the globe. What started as rumors has now erupted into a story of betrayal, manipulation, and international outrage. Stay with us as we uncover every detail behind this horrifying revelation. Menglong, once celebrated for his talent, charm, and the promise of a bright future, became the central figure in one of the most harrowing revelations to ever emerge from the entertainment industry. For years, fans admired him not only for his performances but also for the dedication and sincerity he brought to every project. Behind the glitz and the applause, however, a darker reality was quietly unfolding, one that would soon shock audiences around the world. The leaked footage exposed a level of cruelty so meticulously orchestrated that it shattered the image of a protected, rising star, replacing admiration with profound horror and disbelief. Every frame of the video laid bare the extreme vulnerability of Menglong, his body marked by repeated abuse, his voice trembling with pleas that echoed the helplessness of someone trapped in an environment designed to dominate and degrade him. The betrayal was compounded by the identity of the perpetrator. It was not a stranger lurking in the shadows, but Chun Ling, the very manager entrusted with guiding and safeguarding Menglong's career. This revelation transformed the narrative from one of suffering to one of treachery, highlighting the devastating consequences of misplaced trust. What was most striking was the precision with which the torment was inflicted. The abuse combined psychological manipulation, verbal humiliation, and physical violence, creating a relentless cycle that left Menglong's body and spirit stretched to their limits. The room in which these acts occurred, though dimly lit, offered a chilling clarity in the recording, capturing every subtle gesture, every sign of fatigue, and every expression of despair. Observers could see not only the physical toll but also the profound emotional exhaustion that weighed upon him, a silent testament to the prolonged and intentional cruelty. The leaked footage, raw and unfiltered, forced the world to confront a stark and uncomfortable truth. Behind the polished image of fame and success often lies a hidden landscape of exploitation, manipulation, and fear. It illuminated the fragility of trust in environments where power and influence are concentrated, showing how even those positioned as guardians can become agents of harm. For viewers, the nightmare was not limited to what was visible on the screen. It extended into a reflection on the structures and relationships that allowed such suffering to persist unnoticed for so long. Menglong's ordeal became a haunting reminder that vulnerability, even in the brightest spotlight, can be exploited with devastating consequences. The abuse inflicted upon Menglong was not an impulsive act of rage or a fleeting moment of cruelty. It was meticulously orchestrated, executed with precision, and sustained over an extended period to achieve maximum control. Every element of the torment was designed to strip him of autonomy and dignity, forcing him into a state of perpetual vulnerability. The psychological tactics employed were as devastating as the physical violence. He was coerced into repeating humiliating statements, his trembling voice recorded to amplify his degradation. The orchestrator of this cruelty manipulated silence as a weapon, using pauses not to provide relief but to magnify fear, leaving Menglong anticipating further torment with every heartbeat. The physical abuse was relentless. Slaps, kicks, and the use of belts, rods, and other implements inflicted pain that was both immediate and deeply traumatic. Each cycle of violence was calculated to weaken his body while simultaneously breaking his spirit, a dual assault that left him exhausted and disoriented. Adding to the brutality was the administration of unknown substances, later confirmed to be a combination of stimulants and sedatives, engineered to destabilize his physical and mental state. These measures ensured that resistance was met with swift, punishing retaliation, reinforcing a cycle of helplessness and despair. Beyond the visible suffering, the environment itself was an instrument of control. The room, dimly lit and carefully arranged, became a space of confinement where every sound, movement, and object contributed to the torment. The methodical nature of the abuse suggested not spontaneous cruelty but deliberate exploitation, a system designed to dominate, humiliate, and dehumanize. The orchestrator's presence, calm and measured, further emphasized the calculated nature of the acts. He directed the abuse as one might stage a performance, each command and each act of punishment executed with unnerving precision. For those who observed the leaked footage, the horror was compounded by the realization that this level of calculated suffering was not accidental but intentional, reflecting a deep understanding of power, manipulation, and psychological control. It revealed the capacity for orchestrated cruelty that can exist behind closed doors, even in industries celebrated for glamour and talent. Ultimately, the segment exposed a profound and disturbing truth. Abuse, when systematized and executed with methodical intent, leaves scars far beyond the physical, eroding identity, trust, and the very sense of self. Menglong's experience became a stark reminder of how orchestrated cruelty can devastate lives, while remaining hidden from public view, until the moment of revelation. The revelation that Chen Ling, Menglong's trusted manager, was the orchestrator of the torment transformed shock into a profound sense of betrayal, amplifying the emotional impact far beyond the acts of abuse themselves. For years, Chen had been regarded as a quiet, protective presence in the entertainment industry, a figure who guided contracts, appearances, and opportunities with a steady hand and apparent loyalty. To fans, he embodied the ideal of a guardian, someone who safeguarded Menglong's career and well-being, earning their admiration and trust. That perception was shattered in an instant when the leaked footage exposed the chilling truth. The very person entrusted to protect and nurture the rising star had instead become the source of his suffering. The global reaction was swift and intense. Audiences across continents grappled not only with horror at the abuse, but with the emotional dissonance of betrayal. Every image of Chen beside Menglong in past photographs, every smile on the red carpet, every supportive gesture previously celebrated, was reinterpreted under the lens of manipulation and malevolence. Social media erupted with condemnation, fan communities mobilized in outrage, and international news outlets broadcast the story as an example of the dark undercurrents that can exist beneath the surface of fame and success. This outrage was not simply directed at the acts themselves but at the calculated exploitation of trust. The magnitude of the betrayal struck a chord worldwide, compelling individuals to reflect on the fragility of relationships in environments where power is concentrated and accountability is often absent. Governments and law enforcement agencies felt the weight of public scrutiny, as the story highlighted systemic vulnerabilities within the entertainment industry. The narrative extended beyond individual culpability to expose broader issues: the mechanisms through which talent can be manipulated, the structures that enable abuse to persist, and the ethical responsibilities of those in positions of authority. The combination of emotional shock, moral indignation, and the universality of the betrayal created a powerful resonance. People were confronted with the unsettling realization that even those closest to us can wield trust as a weapon, that appearances can mask intentions, and that fame does not guarantee protection. In this segment, the story of Menglong became a global catalyst for dialogue about trust, exploitation, and justice, illustrating how a single act of betrayal, when revealed to the world, can ignite a collective demand for accountability and systemic change, reverberating far beyond the immediate circle of those directly involved. Authorities quickly confirmed Chen Ling's identity, using forensic analysis of video and audio. International arrest warrants were issued, and Interpol red notices alerted borders and financial institutions. Investigations uncovered Chen's involvement with powerful backers and secret networks, showing a systematic exploitation of stars under the guise of career guidance. Governments and law enforcement worldwide are watching closely, emphasizing the urgent need for justice and systemic reform in the entertainment industry. Beyond shock and anger, this case is a stark reminder of how appearances can deceive, even in glamorous industries. Fans, creators, and young artists worldwide can take this as a call to advocate for safety, transparency, and support for vulnerable talents. This story also highlights the power of digital evidence, how truth once revealed can prompt accountability on a global scale. Menglong's story is one of both tragedy and a wake-up call for the world. We will continue to follow updates as justice unfolds. If you want to stay informed about the latest celebrity news, international drama, and stories that matter, subscribe to Update X24H, hit the notification bell, and join our global community. Thank you for watching, and remember, truth and justice can never be silenced.